year 2015, I was on the cover of Sports Illustrated for the homeless athletes. So growing up for me, it was tough. I was homeless for a period of my lifespan. So that court, so that basketball court, that game, that practice, whenever I was on the court, I was living in that moment, meaning everything I got in me, you was going to see it because I'm not worried
Mm,
about what I got next after this. I'm not worried about what I'm eating next or how I'm going to get my next meal. I'm worried
mm,
about how I'm going to break my defender down and get a bucket or make the right pass or so just everything, just living in the moment, not thinking about what's around you or what you got to do. It's just like you got to hit that light switch and be ready to
mm,
go.
Welcome to Q's Health and Wellness Podcast, your source for living a healthier lifestyle and developing a better mind, body, and soul. Through guidance, tips, and stories of highly successful fitness gurus, athletes, and individuals who are passionate about enhancing all aspects of life, we provide you with the tools to help you take your lifestyle to another level. And now your host, Quinn Mitchell.
Welcome to Q's Health and Wellness Podcast. This is your host, Quinn Mitchell, and today I have a very special guest. Isaiah Lamb is a professional basketball player as well. He is the owner of Low Lamb Company. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good, man. Thanks for
That's
having me.
great. No problem. For people that's not familiar with you, would you mind giving a brief introduction about yourself?
Like he said, my name is Isaiah Lamb, professional basketball player overseas. Also certified personal trainer um, as well as being an inspiring entrepreneur.
Mm,
Uh,
that's awesome.
yeah.
So basically, talking basketball. When did you first get started?
Very at a very young age, pretty
Mm,
similar to a lot of other basketball players. My family's full of athletes. I just so happened to be the tallest one that picked up basketball. I would say I started playing basketball when I was like 4 or 5, and I really started to pick it up even more around high school and started taking it serious.
Now, I believe what D1 college did you go to?
Marist College in Poughkeepsie, New York.
Okay. So how did you like that?
I liked it a lot. Very different environment than what I'm considered used to,
Mm-hmm.
but it was a smaller private school. Played in the MAC conference,
Okay.
and I met a lot of people there. Networked with a lot of people. Met actually for the first time ever in my life, meeting other people from other countries.
Yeah.
Coming from Baltimore to New York, I met people from Spain, Finland, Iceland, Denmark, a lot of different variety of people that kind of was like eye opening. So it was a
Mm-hmm.
very good experience.
Nah, that I feel because when I went to school up in Prescott, it was just like I was literally up there in the snow. So it was like every day's by myself. You got people from all over. But being a college athlete, what was one of the biggest obstacles that you faced?
Being a college athlete, the biggest obstacle I would say time management.
Mm-hmm.
As a freshman, they preach that the most, and I can see why because we would go from a long road trip, not getting back to campus until like 3 in the morning, and then you have an 8 a.m. class. So you got to be really conscious with your work. You got to do work on the bus or while you travel at times. And when you're free from basketball, instead of hanging out with the average student, you should probably go to study hall. So just being able to
Mm-hmm.
manage your time and get your work done, pretty much.
No, I'm glad you brought that up because that's the next question I was going to ask you. How did you personally balance out your social life as well as putting the time in the gym? Because I know, as us being a D3, I went to D3 school, so I mean, practice was everyday thing, and then I know y'all had mandatory stuff as well, like mandatory lifts, mandatory runs. So how did you manage all that as well as having a social life?
Yeah, just pretty much keep my head down and not taking it all for granted pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of saying, oh, I can't miss this certain party, just thinking like, oh, it's going to be another one. So
Mm-hmm.
instead I'll focus on getting my work done or what I really have to do, and taking the other stuff as it'll be another one type of attitude. Just trying to focus on what I really need to do.
So, what was the biggest sacrifice that you made, whether it be during your professional career or your college career?
Biggest sacrifice would definitely have to be uh, just the distance or distance away from my family.
Mm-hmm.
Playing professional basketball, you're away for 6 months,
Mm-hmm.
and that can be tough on anybody. You know, even if it's not your family, your friends, just being around people, your loved ones that you know or grew up with for so long, and being in a different environment was tough.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, that would probably be the biggest adjustment or sacrifice I had to make, was just being away. Yeah.
Got you. Now, speaking on your Lowland company, what really made you want to start your own company and jump into the fitness industry?
Well, fitness is always part of life. If you want to have a healthy mentality of eating right and doing good for your body. So that was always part of me growing up, especially by playing basketball. And just while I was in college, I always wanted to be a owner of something, either the owner of real estate, property, and a business. So I started my own business, and I wanted to focus on body weight exercises that you can do in your own home. Some people don't like to go to the gym. Some people can't go to the gym because of busy schedule, because of kids. And this is perfect. You can just take a few minutes of your day, a few minutes to an hour of your day, and get a good productive workout in your own home. And it's as simple as that. You don't
Mm-hmm.
need expensive, glamorous weights or anything. It's you and your body weight. So I really believed in that, because that's how I got fit. I didn't really go to the gym as much, just body weight exercises, and
Mm-hmm.
um, it just kind of fell in my lap. I was in college around fitness all the time and just preaching that to everyone, and it kind of just got the ball rolling for me.
Got you. Now, what are some of the biggest obstacles that you see with your clients that you have or that you've had in the past?
Biggest obstacles would probably be um, I would have to say making a diet plan or a meal plan for clients,
Mm-hmm.
because I believe that there's not one perfect diet for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone has different body types, everyone has different schedules, cultures, religion. So you can't make a meal plan for someone who worked nights compared to someone who's working an average daily schedule, because the eating schedule is going to be different, the working schedule, the time, because you got to get a right amount of sleep, water, everything. So just that, and by me educating myself and getting my certifications, I now can handle that a lot better than have I been doing in the past.
So how do you feel about the different diets that are out there? Because everybody's going with like what's popping right now. So either the keto diet or let's
Yeah.
say like the vegetarian diet. So what how do you personally feel about them?
Um, I just think you need the right diet for you and stick to it. A
Mm-hmm.
lot of people want to be jumping into different diets, like you said, a keto diet and things of that nature, where I think it's great. It could be really beneficial to certain people,
Mm-hmm.
but is it the right one for you? Um, for example, I wouldn't give someone who loves meat and love eating meat a
Mm-hmm.
vegetarian diet. Like, that's
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying. So because it's okay to eat meat, you need the right amount of protein and things of that nature. But it just fits different types of people. That's what
Yes,
I'm
sir.
pretty.
And
Yeah.
so, what I want to ask you next is I want to jump into the mindset of basically of an athlete because you're a professional athlete. So a lot of people just see like maybe the work you put in on the court, but a lot of people don't understand like what happens, what actually goes on behind closed doors, like the hours you put in when nobody else is watching. So could you just
Right.
talk a little bit about that to people that's either looking to be aspiring to be a professional athlete or that's even want to play college basketball at the highest level?
hmm Definitely, you gotta do the things in the dark, and then all your talents and hard work will show up in the light. Um, R.I.P. to Kobe, but you gotta have that mama mentality of going and getting it, and just really putting your heart, tears, and sweat into it. Um, because it's not gonna just come to you. Things, if you want to be good, you gotta put in the work. It's just not gonna fall into your lap, and you gotta be real with yourself. You gotta accept the tough criticism you get from the right people, not by everyone, because not everyone wants to see you succeed. But you just need to, really dig in to yourself and be real with yourself. If you really want it, you got to go get it and put the work in.
Mm-hmm. So another thing I wanted to ask you as well is because something that I really didn't realize until after I like my college career was over is how us as athletes at a high level are able to separate from whatever we're going on in our personal life to when we get on that floor, it's just me and the person in front of us. Like, don't none of that other shit matter. So
Right.
how do you feel like that you're able to separate that when you play?
Um, just living in the moment. Growing up for me, it was a little challenging. Just a little perspective of my background life. On the cover of in the year 2015, I was in the cover of Sports Illustrated for the homeless athletes. So growing up for me, it was tough. I was homeless for a period of my lifespan. So that basketball court, that game, that practice, whenever I was on the court, I was living in that moment, meaning everything I got in me, you was going to see it because I'm not worried
Mm,
about what I got next after this. I'm not worried about what I'm eating next or how I'm going to get my next meal. I'm worried
mm,
about how I'm going to break my defender down and get a bucket or make the right pass or so just everything, just living in the moment, not thinking about what's around you or what you got to do. It's just like you got to hit that light switch and be ready to
mm.
go.
Now, speaking of that light switch, because a lot of people don't even have that in them. So,
Yeah.
is this something that you developed over the years that made you into that kind of a monster, or is it just something that do you think everybody's able to have if they're able to get to that point in their life?
Um, I want to say you got to be born with it.
Mm,
However, I think you can bestow it into people. Like you gotta, if they know that they really want it, you have to explain to them. Like you really gotta tone everything out. But me personally, I think I was just kind of like born with that grit because I can't remember a time of my life where that wasn't how basketball was for me. When I was
mm,
on the court, I always was just strictly on the court and nowhere else mentally.
mm,
But if you have someone who wants to be like that and like they feel like basketball can be their happy place, I believe that you can work with them and bestow that oomph or that grit in them.
Let's see, but it's crazy that you talk about that because me and my teammates used to have this talk about all the time. It's like a
Uh-huh.
lot of people some people just play basketball just to play basketball.
Right.
Then you
Yeah.
got people, then you run into really like real dogs out there where it's not just basketball for them, it's really their
Right.
life. So just understanding that mental aspect and talking to somebody like you that's played at the highest level is really fascinating because a lot of people don't ever see that side or they don't understand it. They just understand, okay, there's 10 people on the floor, they playing, but so, to a lot of people that y'all really not just playing, like you really going
Yeah.
to war.
Yeah. Facts. Exactly. It's a
Yes,
great way
sir.
of putting
And while I also want to actually jump into the nutrition side and fitness. So when fellas when they're trying to put on weight, what is something that you would say that they should pay attention to? Because to me personally, I always struggle like really gaining weight when it was during the season. Because when the season started, I will always lose it. So is this something that you could give to fellas that's listening? Some tips or advice that they can use?
it. Well, I actually had the same kind of struggle as you did, just with all the basketball and conditioning. Most likely, when the basketball season starts, you're most likely going to lose some of that weight,
Mm-hmm.
and when you're off season, you're going to gain it again. So something that helped me gain weight personally is protein shakes.
Mm-hmm.
I would sometimes drink protein shakes twice a day. When I wake up in the morning or before I go to sleep, and after a workout.
Mm-hmm.
And simply just putting in more protein in your body, in particular shakes, the right shakes, because that's nutrients if you don't know exactly what to eat, because a lot of people don't know exactly what to put in their body to, you know, for more protein.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so shakes helped me for sure
Got you.
put on weight, muscle mass.
Got you. Now as a business owner, how do you personally balance out everything when it comes to your personal life or even playing basketball? Because at the end of the day, you still have to attend to your business as well. So is there something that you do daily? Like, do you write out everything that you have to do, or is it something that you do other than that to help you balance out everything?
Um, I would. It's not something that I do that I have to do to make sure I balance out everything. I mean, definitely take notes and write down. Like I schedule out my day. Scheduling is very important for me because it helps me with time management. Like even when I was in school, some people like we would be given agendas, and some people don't even use the agendas. But I was a big agenda guy. You know, if I had homework, wrote it down. If I had a meeting, I wrote it down or put it in my phone. So yeah, I would definitely say write out your plans. You know, that write out the objectives you need to do for that day, and make sure you check them off. Make sure you get it done. You know, because sometimes you can miss something by accident, and that can be the difference between you getting a job or losing a job, or you know, getting something done that you're supposed to, or not. So that's what I did.
Now, before I let you go, also I want you to be able to talk about your workout programs that you have available. So if somebody was listening to the podcast, what makes your program different than the others that are out there than saying they could just go to the gym? Well, not because right now, but it's the corona, but just saying in general, what makes your program special, unique to your clients?
For one, it's timely, meaning that it's home, and you can do it in your own comfort in your home. So it can be late at night, early in the morning, in between, I don't know, you getting home from something, or you setting in, I don't know, you got to go to work at night or you work nights. So it's timely. You can do it at any time. Most likely, also it is very effective, meaning you can do a total body workout with just one exercise equipment, which is core sliders. That is the very first product I came up with and started using. Core sliders, you can do everything from upper body, lower body, core, and all in one setting. So it's very effective. And 3, it no matter what age you are, you can do it. It's not strictly for younger people, or you know, it's not too hard for the older people, or it's just for everyone. So timely, effective, and is a broad audience of people that can be used anywhere.
Gotcha. So for people that's wondering, how can they get in contact with you? Would you mind giving me your contact information?
Oh yeah, for sure. You can follow me on Instagram at FitLikeLam, all one word, no underscores. And also I have a YouTube page for Strictly Fitness, which is also called Fit Like Lamb. And within that fitness channel, I have links that goes into my Facebook fitness group, where we all share ideas, share workout plans, and share diet plans and everything. So it's a lot of fun in a fitness group as well. That is called Six Pack Soldiers, because we all, you know, had that one goal of being lean and fit and having that six pack. You gotta have that beach body. The summertime is coming. So, you know, as well, I lowlam.com, you know, where you can get the core sliders. I also have resistant bands and foam rollers for recovery. Foam rollers are big. A lot of people sleep on foam rollers, but there's a really good for recovery, and you can actually do a couple workouts with them as well. And yeah, that's about it for me.
So I'll definitely include all those links in the bio, so people that's watching, they could definitely just click below the video and go to your page. But I really appreciate you coming on the show and talking to me, and giving all this great advice and information as well. So so once this corona clears up, man, we definitely got to link up, do like a boot camp, something. Have you up here in Connecticut, do like something on the beach or something like that.
For sure, definitely. We definitely gonna meet up, man. It is craziness to get done with.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you taking time out your day to talk to me, though.
All right, thank you.
All right.
Thanks for joining us on this episode of Q's Health and Wellness Podcast. Don't forget to subscribe or to leave us a review on iTunes or the listening platform of your choice. Also, please check us out at QuinnMitchellII.com, as well as find us on Instagram for more useful content and resources.